Hey, do you remember that 300 yards of concrete we poured about 3 weeks ago in the middle of the night? Well, we're back out here in Bartonville on this big basketball court. I want to give you guys an update with what's going on. This is Greg Smith with Monaco Pinnacle. Come on. This is looking really good. It's moving along nicely. And today we're here with Matt Green with Western Fab. How are you, bud?
Hey, Greg. Thanks for having me out.
Yeah, thanks for being here. Thanks for all this hard work. This is a big project.
You bet.
Tell me a little bit about your company and what you do.
We fabricate these buildings in our shop, and we take the plans and we design it, and we fab up everything in the shop in pieces, numbered, in order, plans. And then we come out and we stand everything up on site for minimal welding on site, minimal fabrication on site, other than a few minor things that we have to do. Hey Greg, I want to show you something on this. This is really pretty amazing. These in-bed plates that are in the concrete here.
Yeah, that the concrete got put in?
Yeah, where our columns have to sit. I draw those every time, as you know.
Yeah.
I draw those and I lay out a concrete plan for the concrete man. And I'm gonna tell you something, this guy's dead on. I mean, every single one of them. You check out that one, you look at this one, these columns are, we don't have a choice. When we fab this building in the shop, we don't have a choice.
The steel beam's gonna be, it is where it is.
This has gotta go where it goes in order for everything else to line up. So these things are, I mean, we're talking 1/4 of an inch in where they need to be, and we have room to be up to 2 inches off.
That's good.
And I mean, look at this one down here.
Yeah.
It's just amazing. And talk about make our job easier. It really does, because I've had them where they're way off and we have to go through all these other steps in order to make this thing right. Because I can't change the building, I have to change the concrete.
Yeah.
And you talk about a lot of time and a lot of wasted effort for us to fab all this stuff up in the shop so that it goes good out here when your concrete does its job. Man, it makes it all good for us.
Makes it work?
Absolutely.
Good deal. Well, you drew the plan. I made sure he followed it fine. We were out here at night and we poured.
Yep.
It's all coming together nicely. So that you number everything as I see on all the beams.
Correct.
Got, all the numbers. So it's pretty much just end up being like a big puzzle once you get it out here and you erect it and put it all together.
That's right. And where we're different from some companies is since we fab our own building, the same crew comes out here and stands it up. So these guys almost can put this building up without looking at the plans, because they've already touched these pieces so many times. They can look at it and they know exactly where that piece goes almost on a building even this size.
That's great.
They're very familiar.
That's great, because you know a lot of companies, they have people that fab stuff and you have people that install in the field.
Exactly.
And a lot of times,
yeah, there's a lot of miscommunications there.
The right hand don't know what the left hand's doing.
And a lot of mistakes. Exactly.
So where were you at on the process on this building?
Well, this one we're done framing. We've got, we started into our sheeting, of course, as you can see. We've got that wall done. We've got this wall over here, and we're halfway through this one. We got the windows in first, and now it's time to start sheeting the sidewalls. And that gives us structure for the building so that we can get on the roof and start sheeting the roof. A lot of people think that the roof goes on first. You don't do that. In order to square the building, these sheets are actually structural panels.
Yep.
So when we put these sheets on the wall, that squares everything, holds everything true, then we can get on the roof and sheet the roof, and everything comes out nice.
Well, speaking of sheeting, like I said, we got a nice change. You know how that goes.
Oh yeah.
It never happens in an easy spot or an easy time. So
yeah, so tell me what you got.
We've got this entire wall right here.
Okay.
On the back side, is the living area.
Yes.
So we're gonna be framing it up with wood.
Uh-huh.
Well, here, we're gonna build a second floor up there, and we're gonna take that loft all the way across. So speaking of that, we want windows in that loft area from there all the way looking into the basketball court.
Okay.
So we're gonna have to remove those 3 purlins going all the way across here. Possibly those third level ones, raise them up. All the sheeting's gonna have to come off because we're gonna have to cut in the windows.
Great.
I've already met with
good timing.
Yeah, no doubt, because you just got that wall done.
Uh-huh.
And so I've already talked to the architect. He is redrawing the plan because we don't know exactly what size windows we can do yet until he gets it drawn.
Sure.
So hopefully by the end of the day, I'll have a set of plans for us, and we'll just have to take a look at that.
Okay, so let me tell you how that's gonna work, and what that's gonna cause us to have to do here.
On these changes?
Yeah, these wall girts up here, a lot of them are probably gonna have to just come down, and that means we'll probably have to take the sheets off.
Okay.
And then we'll have to pull the wall girts, and then we'll basically reframe this wall.
This whole entire wall,
Yes,
yeah.
to fit
Well,
these. I mean, above that, the height of the doors, of course.
Yeah.
But we'll have to reframe up there and then come back and resheet around those windows with the trim that's proper and necessary and all that. But,
That's kind of what I figured. When I met with the client here this morning and he decided he wanted to make this change, I knew this wall was gonna have to get redone.
This was the first wall we put up. That's the one he'd go to, right?
Yeah, exactly. Well, after we get over that hurdle, what's gonna be the next process?
Well, first what I feel like we need to do is we need to go ahead and finish sheeting all the walls, okay? Since this one's done, there's not any more to do on it for the moment. We'll go ahead and sheet this wall over here, we'll sheet this, and we'll probably get on the roof, go ahead and dry it in. And then we can probably come back to this wall and do those necessary changes. That will allow us to have the time for the architect to get us what we need, know what size windows we have, and where they're gonna be placed.
Well, I've already decided as far as windows go, you know, we get these big, beautiful storefront windows here. You know how hard those are to get. Well, with that being an interior space on both sides, we don't need specifically those kind of windows.
Okay.
So I'll just do storefront glass. So I'll get the size, you'll cut it all in, and then I'll install the glass at a later date once we frame it up.
Is that something that takes less time than these?
A whole lot less time.
Great.
And we don't have to worry about moisture, we don't have to worry about flashing because it's inside both areas.
Okay.
It's not an outside window.
Yes, correct. They're gonna be framed out there, so yeah.
So
we'll
that's
have
gonna
it.
make it a whole lot easier. There's nothing easy about a change, especially on a steel building,
Correct.
but that'll make it a little easier.
Okay, well, we can handle it, whatever it is.
All right, good deal. So how many more weeks do you think we got going?
I think we're close to 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Minus this.
Minus another week and a half, 2
We
weeks
may have
for
to
the
add 2
change.
more for that, but we'll get through it.
Yeah, all right. Well, good deal. Well, Matt, I appreciate you being out. I know you got this place under control.
Thanks for having me, I appreciate that.
Yeah, I know you're one of the best in the business. You always make it happen. You always pull it out.
Thank you for that.
And we've done a lot of work in the past, and we're going to do a lot more work in the future. You know that.
Awesome.
Well, this is Greg Smith with Monaco Pinnacle. Thanks for joining us today on this update. We'll catch you next time.
Hey, I want to show you something over here.